Hi, I'm Dave, and the channel's Harleys, Diners, Rides. I remember growing up, my mom would buy milk in 4-liter bags, right? Just because we drank so much of it as kids. And now, Lorelai and I, we buy bags, right, for our kids. And even now that the kids are gone, we still buy milk in 4-liter bags. And up until a couple of years ago, we threw these bags out in the garbage. It wasn't until our hog chapter, namely John, who you'll meet in the video, came to us and said, listen guys, we've got a charity that can use these 4-liter bags. So let's not throw them out. Let's collect them and put them to good use and make some wonderful products with it. And as you can see here, we got a box of bags for them. So stay with us and join us for today's ride and chat with John and Angela. All right, we'll see you soon.
But how?
Nice ride from Keswick down here to Woodbridge, and I'm meeting up with Angie. Can I say Angie?
Yeah.
Or Angela?
Usually Angela, but Angie.
Angela.
Yeah.
So, had a great ride down from Keswick. I'm here in Woodbridge, here with Angela, and I'm here with John. As you can see, John has put me to shame again. His bike is super clean and looks fantastic. Mine, it's in need of a wash. So today we're gonna talk about milk bags, right? And I'm gonna bring John in.
Well, we are going to talk about milk bags. I came across a box in a church one day, and I looked inside, and there was these milk bags. And I had probably looked at that box a number of times over a number of visits, until one day I asked, and I still couldn't put it together. It just didn't make sense that people were bringing milk bags in, leaving them, and they were being picked up by someone. Well, it didn't take long to find out enough information to say this is a good collection. It's going to a great cause, and it's being offered to many different countries around the world. It's a product that works well as mattresses, purses, pillowcases. You'll hear more about what these milk bags become. So all I did was put the word out to my family, the people that I work with. I have a couple of groups, a Rotary group, and I have a motorcycle club. And this motorcycle club has been incredible at our meetings. I'm always left with a whole bunch of them on the counter, and all I've been doing a little bit is collecting them, and then getting to a place like this where we're going to meet Angela, and I flatten some of them out, and I know that they go to people that are going to make good use and produce these wonderful products that are so usable to those people that are less fortunate than we are.
All right, and I've brought a box of them down, and I should do a shout out to Diane and Peter. I should shout out to Ron and Diana.
Okay, hi, my name is Angela Kesthely, and I started a charity a few years ago. It's actually been around 13 years now, and we started out with my milk bag. But MILKBAGS Unlimited is the charity that I started. But weaving and crocheting mats out of milk bags has been going on for years. So many years before me. I did not create this. I'll never take credit for it, ever. It's just that when I got involved, I thought it was so amazing that I made it grow. And so with that, by asking my neighbors for their milk bags, by asking people in my church for their milk bags, and then getting involved with schools and churches and companies and all kinds of places, the milk bags have come in by the millions, okay? So this has been going on for a long time, and I think if you can go back even as far as the internet goes, you will see two little boys, Joshua and I forget the other boy's name, and they're showing you how to cut milk bags, and at that time they were only crocheting the mat. So we started to weave the mats.
So you told me a stat of when milk bags first were introduced.
As far as we can find out, milk bags were introduced in 1967.
Nice.
So all of these bags, even when I was a child, because they were wet, my mother would just throw them in the garbage. So they all ended up in the landfill. Milk bag, which is quite, Canada is the country that really produces a lot of them. When they produce the milk bag, they're cheap to make, and they're also, you can fit many in a box. So if you can fit, and I know you can fit in a box, 2,400 milk bags, all right, the companies went to using milk bags, and this has been our way of doing it in Canada for a long time.
Wow.
Western Canada does not produce milk this way. It's basically Ontario East.
So can you show us some of your products?
Sure.
Okay.
It's October, and we've been through a whole year, and we've already sent, I'm just shy of 5,000 mats this year. And last year was over 5,000 mats. So I think that independent weavers at home have had a great time. Nobody's bored. They'll say, you know what, I'm just gonna grab a coffee and I'm gonna go weave for a couple of hours, and then they produce a mat.
Now this is a very large mat, is it not?
Yes.
Is there, oh, I'm sorry, it was connected to another one.
Yeah.
So this is a standard size.
Yeah. So, see, this would fit us. Let's say you have a bag like this. Okay, I know this looks new, and we'll tell you why it looks new later, okay, instead of what I call a home bag. It is a new bag. It's a reject bag from the company or the manufacturer that makes these bags, because I will not use good bags. So what we do is we flatten our bags. You fold it in half once, and you fold it in half again. So obviously it's closed here. So we cut that off. Okay, even that does not go to waste. Here where there's the extra bit, that gets cut off. Okay, don't cut it down here. Cut it way up here. We want the whole thing. All right. Then fold the bag in half, or eyeball it if you, once you get to figure out that it goes through, for example, here where the 1% is, you cut your bag, okay? What it gives you is 2 half bags the same size, okay? So I take one, so we just have a donut. I take another one, okay? So I always tell my children when I teach them in schools, you have a 1, put one in like this, and you make a capital T. One side goes into the other, you grab that piece, and you pull.
Get out.
And then you take another donut and you put it in, have a longer T, one side into another, and good. Now put one side into the other, grab the piece that you put in, and pull. Pull tight. Good. And then you need another one.
So there's no tying a knot at all except this way. And it doesn't matter which way the bag is going. It doesn't matter at all.
And you put one in like this, right? You take the end of that 3 and put it in. We now have a 6.
Wow.
This 6 is going to put on that
Oh my
nail.
God. Yeah.
See how it doesn't seem to fit? Well, a milk bag is stretchy. Okay? So you're going to stretch it down, put it on, which makes it tight.
Wow.
Okay? So I do have a video on MILKBAGS Unlimited milkbags.ca, and what you'll see is I start from an empty board like this, or an empty frame, and then I load it, and then I show you how to weave. Okay, and that's all it is.
Well, I have to ask, how many plastic bags would go on a blanket this size?
About 500.
5. Can you show us some of your other products?
Sure. So these handbags are all crocheted, and I charge $40 for them. Okay, they take me about 15 hours to make, but they're very, very sturdy. They're 100% milk bags, and this is a seal test bag, and the top of the bag's where the white is. Remember those two little pieces of plastic that were at the top of the bag and the bottom of the bag?
Yeah.
So this is another free thing that we get, but everybody's so important in our group. All of these fabrics are from an upholstery company. These are the end of the line, or if they make a new type of fabric for the next year, all their books that they had their fabrics in, I don't know if they're all thrown in the garbage, but they're not useful anymore. So we have an in with a place, and they give us all their upholstery fabrics, and I have a friend who has made me thousands and thousands of pillows. So we take those two little pieces of plastic, we stuff it in here, just sew that little hole up, and then I actually put one inside my mat, roll the mat up with the pillow in it, tie both ends of the mat so it looks like a candy, all right? And then we send it.
Is that a seal test?
It is a seal test. And I didn't make that. A friend of mine who used to live here in Bolton, Ontario made that, and she now lives in PEI.
How can people help you with your charity, your organization? What are you looking for?
Well, first we look for people who save bags. So first of all, your donation of bags, these won't last long here. Someone is going to take them, and they're going to cut them up, and they're going to transform them into mats. But the one thing that we really, really could use is we need more weavers.
Is it hard to be a weaver?
No, it's not. You need to have some space to have yourself a frame in your house, okay? Because these things are quite large. But like I said, even if you are a condo dweller and you have a small frame, you can put two mats together. You can just lash them together with the
Even beforehand, bringing them over to you to do all the work with everyone else, we could even just cut off the tops.
Yes, anything.
If
you cut off the top and the bottom and fold it. Here, this is what some people could do for me, because I have some over here. If your bag was trimmed, so if you folded it in half once, folded it in half again, cut this, cut that, okay? And then put that into a box and just lay it flat like this. I have some here, somebody did for me. She actually even folded them in half, so all I have to do is slip the scissors in. The top and the bottom has already been cut. It's a trimmed bag. It's all ready to go.
So you fold this in.
Yeah.
And you take it just below that.
Yeah, and you can just
So you take it below that, and then you trim it off here, and you cut this.
You could,
You
yeah.
could
and
cut
then
this.
We have all the halves ready to go. And that's what I do when I watch TV, is I make these handbags, right?
And you didn't do this, but it's made me feel like, my goodness, this isn't work at all. This is where the work really begins.
This is where, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's holding one of these at home in their kitchen, but there's many more hands that take this and make it into something.
When you see how many hands go through this process before you get the mat, and then it goes overseas, it's incredible. You know, there's been a lot of work go through here.
Yes, and I delivered the last batch. Well, I've delivered a batch to the church when I knew she was there.
Yeah.
And then I took a batch down one time to unload them at her place down on Victoria Park.
Yes.
And now I've met you. And
So what countries do you ship to?
Okay, so the countries that we normally send through Canadian Food for Children, I'm going to start in my head. So we go down to El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala. Then there's Haiti, Dominican, Jamaica, Peru. Then in the continent of Africa, we go to Sierra Leone, Liberia, Mali, Malawi, Zimbabwe, and what's the other? Zambia. They go to Kenya, Congo, There's another couple. All right, I forget.
Wow, what an
Now,
amazing list there.
We've had a disaster in Mexico a few years ago when they had an earthquake. The Canadian Food for Children sent a container of food and things down there. Whole bunch of mats went there. We had some problem. Remember when the Syrians were coming over into Greece? Air Canada took 2 pallets. It was only 70 MILKBAGS mats, but we did what we could, and we sent 2 pallets of mats to over there into Greece. And whenever there's a disaster, if we can find a way to get our product there and someone to receive it, we'll send it.
Good.
And I'll put out a blurb on my newsletter that says, anybody got mats? And it's so encrypted. Oh, Mount St. Vincent, the island of St. Vincent. In April, they had the volcano go off. We sent about 600
Honored
mats.
to be here. This has been a lot of fun and a lot of good information, and maybe we can take it a step further to help out the cause.
Thank you.
There you go.
Well, I'd just like to say thank you for this group for wanting to get involved in the MILKBAG project.
We're going to include Angela's contact information down below in the comments. And if you have time or if you want to get involved with this, please reach out to her.